ki khubor ka Batisi TV lawan ra shapi da ka Orange Nissan Lumso pho near Fire Brigade Shillong.
Admissions are open at BDW International School. Enroll now.
Menteri Rangba ke Jelau Konrad Kongkel Sangma haka khat sau tarik ubenai nok pra arajar arpuwei ula bo yu mau nong rim ban shna pen he bat pen bha ya ke Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium ke badan Apollo kum ke jing pen kre ya ke National Games ke ban salong hapo kani ke Jela Meghalaya haus nem arajar arpuar. Haka jingbo yo niu mau nong rim la sakhi lang do menteri ke tanah yale kai sports ke sarkar Jela uba Bante Dor Lingdo ke director jong ke sports and youth affairs ke kong WAM Booth ke secretary jong ke tanah sports and youth affairs ke kong Matsiu Dor War Nongbri bat kiwei kumban sepentip hang ni baka sarkar Jela kala mang pisa lai phusau klor tingka naga benta ban shna pen he ye ke stadium bat kum joru ban shna ye ke Indo multi complex ha ka jinglot ka bakhandai pho hunyo klor tingka.
I'm very grateful to be here, an honor for this wonderful day. I must say it's a historic day of our state. After 2 decades, I must say, we have got this opportunity again to upgrade and renovation of this wonderful stadium we call JN Complex. And we are not lacking of everything. We have seen by our own eyes this young student, they have displayed in front of us. And what we need, infrastructure. That is very important. That's why we are here today. We are here to lay the foundation stone of this project. This project of JN Complex for upgradation and renovation, which is the amount of 34 crores and is the top priority of government of the day under leadership of our dynamic leaders, Shri Konrad K. Sangma. And not only this stadium, not only this JN Complex for upgradation, but I will love to inform you also, we are going to construct also an indoor multi-complex behind us, which the cost of that indoor multi-complex is 97 crore. Thanks to the government, thanks to our Honorable Chief Minister, who have listened to me, have listened to all of us in the cabinet, especially from the Directorate of Sports, which they have working so hard for the last many months to make this day happen. When I enter here, I don't feel that today is a laying foundation stone. It seemed like we are inaugurate the stadium. So might be next time when inauguration by 2022, it will be a different picture. So that I urge all the state association in various disciplines to come forward and work hand in hand with our government, because we mean business. We are here to upgrade and to promote the sports of the state. So therefore, I would like to inform you also, and we are looking forward by next year, October 2022, we should complete this stadium, so that we can host many big events in our state. The GN Stadium has been planned for upgradation to host a national game in the state. The new stadium will be World Athletics tracks and FIFA compliance, natural grass, football field, which we see now is an artificial grass. We will come up as a natural grass because we want to bring some international event also in our state. And the stadium also will meet as per FIFA norms for hosting international football match in our state. And also I would like to inform you all here, we also intend to start construction of Shillong Stadium by March 2022, which everybody you know that Shillong Sports Association is the oldest association in our state that we call the ground number 1. And this stadium will have a capacity of 10,000 people and will be a football specific stadium in the English Premier League and the Dutch and German League. And my personal dream is to witness the Indian national team play in Shillong.
Shall we all give a big round of applause for the unveiling of the plot, and congratulations to our state for this very moment.
At the very outset, I would like to congratulate the sports department for having come to this point where we are finally able to take this very, very important agenda, and I should say a long pending project forward, and hopefully we'll be able to see it completed within the next few months, I should say. As has been mentioned by the Honorable Minister for Sports and Youth Affairs, that this particular stadium was constructed almost 3 decades back in the late 80s. And I remember my late father, Shri P.A. Sangma, mentioning to me a number of times of how when he was Chief Minister, he had come to see the work going on in the stadium, and he would make surprise visits to see how the work was going on. So I'm sure that whoever is going to be working on this can expect that Mr. Bantedor and myself will also come for surprise visits to see the work in the interest of ensuring that it's completed fast. And now after 30 years, finally this place is going to get the facelift and the kind of infrastructure improvement that is required in today's sports arena. And therefore, this particular stadium improvement, which is at about 34.5 crores, and we expect it to be completed by September or late October 2022. And after that, as was mentioned by the Minister, we have, which will be funded by the state budget. But over and above that, we are having an indoor stadium, which will be a world-class stadium, which is going to be funded by NDB, that is the New Development Bank project, which is about 100 crores. Apart from that, you're aware that we have already started the work for sports complex. We're calling it the P.A. Sangma Sports Complex in Tura, which is divided into 2 parts, one outdoor and one indoor. And that also is about 125 crores. We have also started the work for one stadium and sports complex in Nartyang in Gente Hills of 25 crores. And apart from that, different smaller projects are going on in different parts of the state amounting to over 100 crores. So today, as we speak, close to 425 crores worth of infrastructure work only on sports infrastructure is going on as we speak. And this is a major investment and a major boost towards sports infrastructure and towards the sports sector in interest of the youth of our state. Apart from that, as was mentioned earlier, that these complexes will have a number of facilities, including indoor facility for swimming, indoor facility for other indoor games, different kind of offices for the different associations. We'll be having different activities for the youth. So it will not just be a sports complex, but it will be a youth complex. And many aspects related to the youth. Just behind us, below these seats, you're aware that we are running the Prime Hub, which is an entrepreneurship-based program. And it is very much related to the youth. So therefore, we have this complex where we will have not just sports activities, but all activities that are important to the youth of our state. We are also working towards making this year a very, very memorable one. As you all know that we will be completing 50 years. And because of COVID, we were not able to celebrate the 50th year in a meaningful way, but we want to make up for it by ensuring that once we turn 50, that we have a large number of activities going forward. And some of them will be the Northeast Olympics. We plan to host it within the next calendar year. We also plan to once again have the Meghalaya Games, which we had about 2 years back after a long span of 16 to 17 years. We also plan to have the Northeast Youth Summit, which is again going to be held and mark the 50 years celebration of the state. And of course, we will be also having the National Table Tennis Championship, which will be hosted in Meghalaya. So these are few of the youth-related activities that will be there. But apart from that, many more programs which I have not mentioned today, but they are part of our calendar. Those activities also will be held in the coming months and to mark the 50 years celebration of our state. Friends, at this point in time, I would also like to tell the young generation of our state that as a government, we realize how important it is that we push the youth in the right direction. And we realize that in today's world, with internet and different kind of social media and different kind of distractions that are there, it's very easy for our youth to sometimes be diverted into unproductive as well as destructive channels. And therefore, as a government, we realize that it's important for us to channelize the energy of the youth. I repeat this wherever I go, but I say it because it is the most important thing which a lot of us must understand. That youth is a kind of power that if we are able to use it properly, it will be constructive force. And if we are not able to channelize it properly, it will be the biggest destructive force for our society. And therefore, the right policy making, the right infrastructure, the right kind of programs need to be put in place to channelize the energy of this youth, this power of this youth, so that they can become the most constructive forces to take our state and our nation forward. And this is really what we are trying to focus on, and that's why we had come out with a sports policy which had been lying idle for a long time. A number of incentives have been put in there. We had challenges because of COVID. We were not able to take it forward. But I hope that with situation improving, and I hope it continues to improve, that we will be able to take all the agendas that we've mentioned in the sports policy, whether it's in terms of the jobs that we have mentioned out there, whether it's in terms of the financial benefit to the sports persons, or whether it's the financial benefit and support to the sports associations, all these factors that we mentioned, whether it's the youth centers, the sports academies that we have mentioned, all these aspects, we hope to implement them in the right spirit in the days to come, once we see that the situation normalizes as we go forward. Similarly, we have also come out with a youth policy, and we have strongly felt that youth policy also is one of the major pillars for our society and our government and the state, in order to ensure that we are able to channelize this energy in the right manner. And we understand that youth needs to be engaged. The youth's energy needs to be channelized. And therefore, the youth policy is a very comprehensive policy that talks of 9 to 10 pillars on how we will allow the youths to engage in the interests that they have, engage in on platforms that they would be able to work with other youths who are interested in the similar platforms. So a large number of programs are put in place for that. I don't have time to explain all of that. It's a long process, but by the 21st of January, we will be rolling out the different programs for the youth policy also. And one of the pillars of our youth policy is a program which we call One Skill, One Talent. And it's a program which is happening first time in the country, where we are ensuring that every youth will be allowed to follow their skill they want, and also follow and push the talent that they have. They will be given professional training in those areas so that they are able to perform and become better. Another area for the youth which we feel is very important is something we call early childhood development. And you'll be happy to know that we have started a program for the early childhood development, because we know scientifically children grow in their mental capacity, in their physical capacity, in their emotional capacity, the most between the age of 0 and 8. So therefore, it's important as a government and as a country that we must focus on children when they are between the age of 1 and 8. Hence, the Early Childhood Development Program. This again is one of the first programs in the country, and we have also got a support by an externally aided project amounting to 100+ crores for this particular project, and I'm hopeful that this also will take forward. Another very important aspect for the youth is the adolescent age. We are now engaging with World Bank, and in very short time, we are planning to come out with a program for the adolescents, especially the girl child, even the boys, because we feel that is a time when they are emotionally going through a lot of challenges. So therefore, we need to ensure that the right guidance is given to them when they are not adults, not children anymore, but they are adolescents. And this is, again, a unique program that will be first of its kind in the country. And we are hopeful that this will be launched by March or May, after the Early Childhood Development Program. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we realize that the life of an individual starts off at an early stage. And there are many phases that a youth goes through. And it's important as a government to understand that each of those phases are different in nature, and hence require different policies and programs by the government. And that is what we are working on. It's a very, very detailed program, but I'm very hopeful that with these kind of programs coming up, we will actually see that our youth, as I said, the main goal being that our youth are pushed in the right direction in a constructive manner, and their energy is channelized in the most productive way. To the youth and the young sports person, I just want to tell you one simple thing, which again is something I always repeat, is sports is not about just playing a game. Sports is about your character also. Sports teaches you one of the most important things in life, and that is discipline. When you are disciplined in sports, and without discipline, you will never become a true sports person. So take sports as something that not just builds up your physical activity, but it makes you a more meaningful person. Discipline comes in because of sports. Hard work comes in because of sports. The spirit to realize that you may lose, but you should never give up. accepting defeat is another quality which sports teaches you. And yet, you get up and you move on. So therefore, when you are a sports person and when you get engaged in sports, remember, it's not just about the game you're playing. It's about your character being built up and what you will become in life. You may be a sports person, also you may become something else. But what you learn as a sports person will define your career and your life in the days to come. To the associations, I want to thank all of you for the kind of work that you're doing to ensure that our children are getting the kind of space that they need. I understand that as a government, there have been many occasions where we have not been able to support, but I can assure you that those points are changing. You are aware that the government is doing a number of things to support the different associations, and we will continue it. We may not be able to live up to your expectations, but we will do our best to give as much support as we can.
1, 2, and 3.
A comprehensive master plan has been developed for the campus to integrate the landscape, public parks, jogging track, children play areas, rooftop gardens and cafes to create a vibrant campus in the heart of the city. Safe and secure, the JN Stadium will become the social and sports hub of the city. The JN Stadium has been planned for upgradation to host the national game in the state. The new stadium will be the World Athletic compliant with state-of-art athletic track and FIFA compliant natural grass football field. The existing stadium seating of 30,000 will be enhanced with the new chairs and added safe entries and exit. New incubation space will be created around the stadium for active participation of the community. Wide concourse and toilets will ensure a safe and pleasant experience of the stadium. 5,000 new seats will be added in the north and south stand with full view of the games and creating a closed stadium environment. The JN Stadium, with its rich history, has been planned to become the new icon of the city. The stadium facade will be the state-of-art, wrapping around the existing and new stand to create a dynamic and vibrant stadium. Lighting, projections and graphic will create the contemporary look to this historic venue. The JN Stadium on completion will be the new destination for all sports lovers and events for the country and will be the benchmark for sustainable, safe and world-class stadium.